Hello everybody, I hope everybody is doing all right. I am just getting the YouTube live working here and then we will get ourselves started. So we are working from Aries all the way down through to Pisces. Whoops. All right. Let me fix this portion. Alrighty, so we should be good to go here. So let's get ourselves started from Aries all the way down through to Pisces, starting off with the zodiac sign of Aries. What does the zodiac sign of Aries need to know? All right, so Aries, I think there's some really beautiful opportunities around you here to build up with others. This can be friends, this can be family. It's just the energy around you of like community, connection, and people being on the same page as you. But right off the hop, it can be hard to find that or hard to see that. When we have the Eight of Swords with the Seven of Swords, there could be some people that kind of cause a little bit of restriction in the energy around you. And it's important that you just push past that. So if people are telling you you can't do something, if people are talking you down from going after your desires, tune those people out and instead allow yourself to be in a place that goes after the energy that supports you. Because with the Two of Cups, there is harmony, closeness, connection, supportive energy that's surrounding you. And it's just a matter of you kind of going after, seeking out that supportive energy to go after the things that you want. So I feel like there's opportunity here to grow, to connect, to see a lot of good come forward towards you. But it's just a matter of you kind of like shifting what you give your attention to. If you're giving your attention to people that are telling you that you can't do something, you're just going to get a lot more confirmation that you can't do anything, because all those people's voices are going to be bouncing around your mind and just being in your ear and not really, putting you in the best mood, putting you in the best mindset. And so by allowing yourself to kind of shift the perspective, shift your energy, you can really see newness, opportunities, expansion come forward here, and recognizing in the places that you can make things possible. So if you're wanting to make something happen in your life, the first thing I would say is find a supportive network and tune out the people who say that you cannot do things. Listening to your own voice is going to be really good here as well. The Two of Cups is a card that can represent the harmony within self just as much as it is the harmony with another person. And so as you allow yourself to be in a place to go with your own confidence and allowing your own voice to kind of be the loudest, the more sure you're going to be about the direction that you're headed in, the people that you're surrounded by, and the energy that you're pursuing, because you have that sort of like, fire fueling the train forward that is just like continuously going by your own voice, right? You are the thing that's driving it ahead. And so it's really a lot easier to continue moving forward when you don't have that sort of, naysaying surrounding you. So I think that there's a lot of beautiful energy here, Aries, of really wanting to push you forward in a beautiful direction. Community, connection, closeness is wanting to come forward with really supportive people, but it comes from tuning out the people that are the naysayers and focusing in on the energy that's supportive, even if it starts from firstly being your own voice. So that's what I would say here for the zodiac sign of Aries. We are now going on to the zodiac sign of Taurus. Thank you everybody for joining me here today. We are doing Aries all the way down through to Taurus. So let's go ahead here for the zodiac sign of Taurus. If you'd like a personal reading done, you can go ahead and check out my website, temperanceandsage.com. That's the absolute only personal reading place that I offer, is my website. So let's go ahead here for the zodiac sign of Taurus. I did smack that one. All right, so Taurus, something hasn't passed you by. It's trying to reach you in the future, but your eyes are kind of looking at the past. This is kind of like, oh, think of it as you're trying to enter a building and you are walking by and you think, oh, I thought that was the entrance, but I walked by it and now, oh God, now I have to loop around, or now it's going to be awkward for me to turn back and now I don't know where I'm supposed to go into this building. Spirit is saying, don't look back and try to enter there. There's always another entrance that's coming up. And that's what I feel here with this Five of Swords energy and the Five of Cups. You might feel like something has passed you by. You might feel like there's a really hard time in getting something or looking towards a path as to where something was easier. But with this Fool as well as the Wheel of Fortune energy, it would say that there's still some sort of opportunity of good greatness trying to come forward towards you, right? Good luck, good direction, good opportunity. And it comes forward from changing it around from, oh, I missed out on my opportunity, or oh, I missed out on this particular direction or avenue in life, to, oh, actually, something is still good coming forward towards me, right? I have yet to experience all the good that is to come in my life, right? I've yet to experience my happiest memory. I've yet to experience my best in my career. I've yet to experience the true amount of money that I will have in my lifetime, right? Like there's always going to be a better version of the negative in your energy, right? And so that's what I feel is coming forward here for Taurus. This sort of need to switch around from viewing something as really challenging or difficult or not happening in the way that you wanted it to, or something in the past is left in the past instead of giving you an opportunity here for the present moment on it. Switching that around and saying, actually, it can meet me in the present moment. It can meet me in the future at any point in time here with the Fool. And as I allow myself to open up, to experience this energy, to have things come forward towards me, things will meet me in this time frame. Things will not pass me by that are meant for me, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is that good luck, good vibes, good energy trying to come forward towards you, but it's also a card of cycles, recognizing that the good still can flip around in a situation and you don't have to be in a place of experiencing those challenging vibes, more of that negative energy. So at any point in time, your luck can switch around. You can flip that coin and look towards the good that can come ahead instead of being in a place of negative. Take more chances here as well with the Fool energy. I feel like opportunities are trying to come forward towards you. So instead of being like, oh, a younger version of me would have tried that out, a younger version of me would have, taken that chance or taken that option, take it today, right? Don't close yourself out to an opportunity here and give it to yourself in the past. No, give yourself the opportunity today to take action about the things that you're looking for, wanting, and desiring in this lifetime. So that's what I would say for Taurus. Let's go ahead here for the zodiac sign of Gemini. So these say we're doing zodiac sign readings. If you'd like a personal reading, you can go over to my website, temperanceandsage.com. But these are not personal readings. These are zodiac sign readings. Let's go ahead here for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Gemini, I think that there's some opportunities here to take chances on new and exciting directions that's trying to come forward towards you. And if you allow your mind and your heart to kind of shift towards an openness or kind of go a little bit back and forth here and create some sort of movement or some sort of flow, you actually experience more excitement in life. So when we have the Queen of Swords, sometimes we can be really focused on things and we can get too much up in the mind, and we don't really allow ourselves to maybe expand beyond what our mind knows is capable in a situation, or what we know on how to get to a goal. right? But the Page of Wands is asking for you to embrace passion, new directions, excitements, new desires, to see yourself expand in new ways and to try out new opportunities. And as you do that, you're going to realize that, oh yeah, there's actually different ways to get to my goals. Oh yeah, there's not only one pathway. Oh, I can receive emotional fulfillment, closeness, connection in other ways than what I had expected. That King of Cups says that there's an opportunity here to feel emotionally fulfilled, to have good energy come your way. And as you allow your mind to open up to see that there's other ways of having this come forward, you'll experience more of it, experience more opportunity, experience more new directions, experience more flow. If you're having a hard time connecting with somebody, I think it's just because the two of you have different viewpoints of the world, different viewpoints of how to handle a situation. And once you kind of find a way to meet in the middle and recognize that maybe the energy is the same that you're trying to bring forward, even if you have different ways of talking about it or going about the situation, you're still going to be able to find a pathway forward. Because again, we have the passion, we have the excitement, we have the desire here of the Page of Wands to make something happen. It's just a matter of somebody's in the Queen of Swords energy, maybe a little up in the mind, a little up in the logic, and then somebody else is in the King of Cups energy, a little bit more so following the heart, and that can make a really difficult combination for communicating. But again, if we have the passion, if we have the desire, if we have the will and the want to see something progress forward, we'll find a way here to blend things forward, blend things as a way to connect. So I do see your energy shifting around when it comes to partnerships and working together with others in a way that's going to bring in more understanding, but it comes forward from recognizing the differences here between the two of you. But I would say, Gemini, take more chances. You know, Page of Wands is a really fun, creative energy. It can allow you to go on new adventures and new directions that maybe you hadn't even thought was possible. And so as you embrace it, you kind of open up your world, your mind, your heart to more things than what you were previously capable of experiencing, and it can allow you to have some open doors that can allow you to grow, allow you to experience more in this lifetime, and even get you maybe to your manifestations or your desires in a different way than what you had thought was possible. So that's what I would say for Gemini. Oh, Lord. All right, so after I'm done coloring my table blue, let's go ahead here for the zodiac sign of Cancer and see what does the zodiac sign of Cancer need to know. All right. So Cancer, I do think that a really big flood of energy is trying to come your way. I love the sun because the sun is these positive new beginnings trying to come forward towards you. It's really good opportunities trying to meet you. And when we have this Eight of Wands, I feel like you're receiving the energy that you've been putting out into the world, especially as you maybe kind of tap into your own heart and tap into your own mind in a little bit more of a balanced way here with this Queen of Cups. Maybe you've been doing some self-work, some shadow work, kind of just connecting with yourself, and based off of you honing into your own energy and understanding what you want to go after or what you're feeling, or kind of just reflecting on yourself. As you're in that energy, you're actually sending out the kind of frequency to receive it back. So you're receiving, how do I want to phrase that? You're raising your vibration, and in tune, you are calling more of these higher vibrational things to come forward towards you. And that's why we have the Sun card coming forward. New positive beginnings, more confidence, more excitement, new energy that can come forward here to be able to experience closeness, confidence, and connection in a way that's just incredibly positive. And it builds up, right? It's not just, oh, you've been working on yourself today and so you're going to receive good energy today and that's it. No, Knight of Pentacles would say that this is something that's gaining momentum, and as you are in a place of experiencing this higher vibration and further understanding of yourself, you're building those foundations to work on and kind of increasing your level of self-understanding, increasing the vibration of energy that you're putting out there, and getting yourself to be in a place that is just further and further into self-development, further and further, closer. I guess I shouldn't say further and closer in the same sentence, but further away from you've been and closer to where you want to go, closer to your manifestations, closer to your desires. And it's really beautiful of energy. I love the Eight of Wands coming forward because to me it's like an energetical call that is being answered. It's indicating that good directions, good intentions are coming forward towards you, and that there is such a beautiful flow of energy that's trying to come ahead to like focus on allowing you to progress, focus on getting you to where you want to be, and allowing more opportunities to come forward towards you. It's like there's just like so much momentum to get you to where you want to be, and to create this point of flow to kind of increase your energy, increase the passion, the confidence, the excitement, and you just kind of feel it around you as you connect, as you move forward, as you go after more of these things that you want. You're going to feel that around you. You're going to feel that new direction. You're going to feel that kind of momentum to push you forward into the directions and places that you need to go. So I would say keep on keeping on, Cancer. Keep on working on yourself, putting out that energy into the universe, because the calls are being answered and it's really trying to push you forward in the best possible way for you. And allow yourself to embrace the new beginnings that are wanting to come forward, because they are directly correlated to the work that you are doing on yourself, and it is going to push you closer to where you want to be. So that's what I would say for Cancer. So let's go ahead here for the zodiac sign of Leo. All right. So Leo, I think that there's going to be some endings for you, but it's trying to create new positive beginnings. When we have this energy of the Ten of Swords, there is definitely endings. There's definitely things that need to kind of be shed out of your energy, but we are seeing growth come forward from that. This is excitement, passion, desire, opportunities of fulfillment that all come forward through the Lover's card as well as the Nine of Cups. This is being able to get what you want, to sit in the energy, to put in time, effort, and focus into seeing something move forward in your life in the way that you want it to, because you've chosen it, right? It's like shifting away from the things that are not working, shifting away from the held back energy, and allowing yourself to experience the more, allowing yourself to experience growth after endings, new beginnings after shed, and endings and situations that are just not benefiting you. And sometimes we're not even in control of where these things have ended, right? The Ten of Swords can usually give the idea of betrayals. And so if we feel like maybe the universe has betrayed us, or, some situation hasn't moved forward in the way that we wanted to and it just wasn't in our control, we can feel kind of a mountain to get over when it comes to moving ahead. And with the Eight of Pentacles, we're just asking for you to kind of chip one thing at a time to move things forward. And you'll see that over time, it just keeps getting worked on. It just keeps building up. And you end up having more choices, more opportunities, and further directions for you to move forward into that feel more fulfilling than whatever it is that you started off with in the first place that ended. So don't look at an ending as the end all be all, as you won't be able to get, beyond where it is. Look at the ending as like an opportunity to choose your new beginning, choose your new character of life and where you're going to go forward from here, instead of being in a place of holding yourself back and just seeing where things can kind of get stuck or not really move forward in the way that you want them to. allow yourself to see the possibilities from here on out as like anything is possible. We have the choice and abundance that is surrounding us to give us the opportunity of creation, of new beginnings, of flow and opportunity. So whatever you kind of have around you that may not work the way that you want it to, or feels like it's ending, or feels like it's stuck, look at it as an opportunity to have a clean slate, to move forward in a way that you can kind of realign where you truly want to see yourself go, and then put the time, effort, and energy, and you'll see things progress forward. So I would say a lot is just a matter of time right now. You know, if you give it some time, if you put in the effort, you'll see an opportunity here to move forward and get what you want. Let the things end in the way that they need to end, and then allow yourself to grow from these new beginnings. Even if it's like, oh, we are in a relationship right now and we realize it needs to end. It needs to end in this particular point in time, but maybe there's a new way that you can move forward in the future, right? There's lots of stories of people that get back together in a year, get back together in 6 months. Maybe it was just too hard to work through right now, and as you allow yourselves to go through that growth as individual people, you can later on come back together, right? There's opportunities to like look at things in a new way instead of looking at things as complete endings all the time. So that's what I would say here for the zodiac sign of Leo. No worries. Thank you for joining me here today. Where did my pen go? Let's go ahead into Virgo. All right, so for the zodiac sign of Virgo, let us see what you need to know. Virgo, so we have a cycle coming forward here. The Tower is going to tear things down. The Star kind of creates this realization for where we can maybe hope or create healing energy from a situation. And then the Empress within ourselves can kind of create a new beginning, right? The Empress is usually depicted as a pregnant woman, and she can create this new beginning from within inside of ourselves. So this can be asking for you to kind of look at the opportunity of shifting and changing as an opportunity to reinvent, right? If we have a job loss, if we have, our university courses are too full, we can't get into them. If we have a relationship end, whatever those things are that can be Tower moments, look at it as an opportunity to kind of create a new direction for self, reinvent self, and move forward from here. Maybe through the idea of the job loss or not getting a particular job, you can actually go forward in a different company that allows you to shine in a way that you would have never in the original job. Maybe with the courses being full, you have the opportunity to take on a minor in a way that is going to help you get a job after university. You know, maybe with the relationship not working out and ending, you have an opportunity to be with somebody who truly appreciates you for where you are and who you are, right? The Empress says that you have the opportunity within inside of you at any points in time to create a new beginning. She is abundance, she's growth, she's number 3, she's expansion, right? And so you're never stuck. You're never stuck. And if you have the opportunity to kind of look within with the Star, you can actually create the growth within inside of yourself. You don't have to actually look for anybody else to give you the goal, to, create the opportunity, or to tell you to, how to do things, right? The Empress creates from within inside of herself. And so as you maybe focus on what you want to do or shift your perspective on what you think is possible, you can turn any Tower moment, anything collapsing, falling apart, not going the way that you want it to, or feeling like you're not in control of a situation, into something where you can create this new beginning. And the 3 of Swords is a really good card for this as well, because I like to say that the 3 of Swords is us making a mountain out of a molehill, right? Sometimes when we're in the thick of it, we can see the situation as like, oh my God, this is our tornado of life. But when you look back on it, you can say, oh, well, if I never got fired, I would have never started my own business. If I never got fired, I would have never switched career paths, right? Or maybe even looked at what the divine, empress is, the divine mother, right? I would have never even looked at maybe having children, settling down, right? There's that sort of energy that like you can shift your perspective and shift your outcome to something that is so much greater than what you would have ever previously experienced had this event not happened. So don't look at tower moments in your life or shakeups, things not going to plan, as like, the mountain. Look at it as a little bit of a molehill, as a way to kind of shift your perspective, see things in a different way so that you can grow and connect and create maybe more of like a in tune, in touch with yourself to see what do you truly want, how do you truly want to go forward, and what does it truly mean for you to be in this particular experience in this lifetime. So you have the power within inside of yourself to create, expand, and explore, and be in this place of abundance. So don't look at any sort of hiccup in the road as like taking away from your abundance or taking away from your opportunities. What's meant for you will not pass you by, and at any point in time, you can change how the car is driving on the road, right? You can change the direction that you're headed into and give yourself, abundance, flow, and opportunity from within. So that's what I would say for the zodiac sign of Virgo. I think that there's a really beautiful energy of like, don't allow the worry to take away from your light, right? Because the 3 is the 3 of swords, but the 3 is also the empress. So don't shrink yourself, shrink your power, shrink your capabilities here based off of where your mind is at. Shift the perspective and you'll realize that you're capable of so much more than the way that your mind can maybe shut yourself down. So that's what I would say for Virgo. Let's go ahead for our next zodiac sign, which is Libra. No worries. Thank you for joining me here today. So let's go ahead here for Libra. Libra, I feel like you're calling in so many new beginnings to yourself. Best of luck to you. Not to say that you can't handle things, but if you're calling in new beginnings for every direction in your life, then be prepared to have that call answered for new beginnings in every direction of your life. You're in the space of the Magician, which is great. It's all about creativity, opportunity, new beginnings, free-flowing energy, and like just kind of being creative, right? Starting things. And with the idea of the sun, the universe is trying to guide this like positive energy of growth around you to create these new beginnings that you're desiring. So you might be saying, I want to experience more money than I've ever experienced before. And Spirit's saying, okay, here's a new beginning on how you get that. You might be saying, I want to feel more care and more love than I've ever experienced before. And the universe is saying, okay, here you go. Here's the opportunity to get that. It can expand into any sort of direction of life. And the reason that I say that you may be calling a lot of new beginnings to come forward is 3 out of your 4 cards have to do with the idea of new beginnings. And when we get into the idea of the 7 of Cups here as well, there's so many different options that are coming forward. And one of the things that I want to say is don't get distracted by these new beginnings, right? Because Spirit might be showing you, just like you walk into a grocery store and you want to grab some apples, Spirit might be showing you the whole bucket of apples, right? Spirit might be showing you the whole bucket of, bananas, and you can pick any which one of them. There is no, in any sort of way, like a resistance, or there's no sort of best answer or best direction or trick that is around you. The 7 of Cups can say that there's so many different opportunities that are going around you here right now, and it's really just the best for you to kind of feel it out and decide what's for you. So you might be calling in the money, the love, the career, the business, whatever it may be. You might be calling in the whole shebang, and then you get to it and you go, oh, actually I don't really like running my own business. That's not really for me. Spirit says, don't worry about it. There's other opportunities for you to go into. This is just the Ace of Wands. following the passion, following the energy, following what you're calling into your life, and then seeing if it's an energetic match to yourself or not, right? It's kind of like we're doing these like dipping into the pool, right? The chemical test to see, are we at a match or not? So I feel like you're calling in a lot of new beginnings to come forward towards you. Don't be afraid to say, hey, you know, I tried it and it's not for me. That's perfectly fine. You can always switch direction at any point in time. You don't have to stay stuck with something, but it's all about that learning experience of the magician, of trying something out, see where it can go, see what you're capable of doing, and then allowing the movement to come forward from there. So I think that you got a lot of good energy coming forward here for you, Libra, a lot of creation. I would say believe in yourself and try things out. Now that you're calling these new beginnings to come forward towards you, don't shy away from them. Just allow yourself to be in this experience of like exploration and see where it goes, see how it takes you, and like take action with confidence, right? New beginnings are coming forward, so don't shy away from them. Step to them, and if you don't like them, that's perfectly fine. Call in some other new beginning to come forward towards you, and the call will be answered. So that's what I would say here for Libra. So let's go ahead with our next zodiac sign. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can check out my website, temperanceandsage.com. That is the absolute only place that I do personal readings. So let's go ahead here for Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, I wanted to tell you to give something a little bit more time here. I feel like there's something that you're trying to build up, something that you're trying to put time, effort, and energy into, but you may be wanting so much to come forward from it before it's ready to give you that, right? I feel like you are looking for I'm trying to think of an analogy. I wanted to use easy bake oven, but easy bake ovens are horrendously slow. You're looking for like air fryer style of cooking, but what you're dealing with is an easy bake oven, right? Like the energy around you is asking for some more time and asking for some more ways to come forward. The Three of Pentacles is a really good card. It's community, connection, building up with others, gaining information. We're learning and building the foundation blocks of something. But when we're building the foundation blocks of something, there's this actual there's this, what is it called? I forget what it's called, but I will explain it to you. When we start something out and we have very little information of it, we believe that it should happen a lot faster, that we're a lot more capable, that things are a lot more easy than it should be. And then as we gain more information, we actually get a lot less confident in it because we discover how, big this situation is, how much information that we need to have, how far the journey is, and we start to feel like it's never ending. And so when we get into it, I feel like there's a need to kind of give something some more time here, because right now with the Seven of Wands, you might be thinking, oh, it should have come by now, or why is it taking so much time? Or are there going to be other things that I have to battle in this situation? And Spirit's saying, if you give it some time to build up, you'll recognize that that Three of Pentacles, that foundation to really move things forward, is going to support you through all these other things. So let's have an example here. Say you are somebody who is just starting up a business and you go, oh, I've made all my social media, I've been posting, and I thought this would be a lot easier, right? I've put myself out there and I'm just not getting any traction. That is just the foundation of it. But now you've built this presence, right? So it's just about plugging and chugging. Keep, building yourself forward. Keep doing those foundational elements, right? Keep on posting. Keep on putting yourself out there and giving it some time. Not everything's going to happen overnight. And whatever it may be, I just feel like there's a need to have a little bit more time for it. Even if it comes to, let's say romantic situations, right? You've been putting yourself out there. You've been going on dates. there are so many people in the world, and there's only so many people in your city. You're probably not going to meet the best person for you on the first, whatever, 3 to 5 dates that you go out on. So put yourself out there a little bit more. Even 1 year of dating and being on dating apps, or, you know, trying dating, is very, very short when it comes to the grand scheme of things. So, you know, allow yourself to continue the effort that you've been putting into the situation and see where it goes. I feel like we need to switch the perspective from the Seven of Wands, what problem can come up, why is something so difficult, to the Two of Wands. Opportunities are abundant. The world is in our hands. Things can switch around at any point in time. New pathways can open up. We can experience more, right? Flipping the way that we see the Seven of Cups, instead of, oh, you know, every option must be a trick option. There must be so few ways that something can actually happen, to, oh my goodness, there's so many different possibilities. There's so many different directions. Things could happen in any way, right? Just the perspective shift can really change how the outcomes come forward towards you, and change the energy around you from a lack to an abundance. So that's what I would say here for Scorpio. So let's go ahead for Sagittarius. So let's see, for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, what is it that you need to know? All right, Sagittarius. You can't force situations. That's one thing that I would like to say right off the hop. You can't force situations, but if you allow yourself to keep a vision in mind, you'll find that things will just click into place in order to achieve it. So with the Strength card coming forward, things are wanting to flow towards you, but you kind of have to be in a place that's open to experience it, or open to receive it. If you are saying that, as an example, I want money, right? I want money, I want it to flow forward towards me. But when you envision money, all you see is a $1 bill, right? That's all you see is the dollar bill. And you're like, this is money to me. I want money. Well, all you are going to experience, all that you're calling into you, is when you envision it, the dollar bill. So you're going to get a bunch of dollar bills to come forward towards you. Now, that's going to take a long time to accumulate, right? So if you are only being open to receiving it in one way, you might not reach the full potential of your manifestation or your desire. You might even feel very dissatisfied with your manifestation overall. But if you're open to experiencing, if you're open to receiving in multiple different ways, well, now the dollars can come forward as e-transfers, they can come forward as checks, they can come forward in $50 bills, $100 bills, right? $20 bills. They're not just limited to the singular dollar. And I feel like that's what's going on for you here right now. That maybe there's something that you have as a manifestation with the Queen of Swords, and you're focusing in on the energy. And it's great that you're focusing in on your goal, but we don't need to be focusing on specifically how it's going to come forward or what form it's going to come ahead in, right? And with the Strength card, as we allow things to flow forward and be in this place of receiving, we can allow ourselves to kind of be this, ginormous reverse umbrella to open ourselves up to receive anything that's trying to come forward towards us that can build us to this manifestation. And only, instead of kind of looking at it like a coin slot where only these coins can fit through. And as you allow yourself to build up, well, Three of Pentacles, you're going to notice that things just start clicking into place. The more open that you are to receive, the more forms that it can take to get to you, the easier it can build up, the more it starts to accumulate, the faster you get to where you want to be. So your Nine of Cups energy, your manifestations, your desires, it's calling you. It's coming forward towards you. It's pretty much there when we see this card. But it's just a matter of shifting your energy to be open to receive. So let's give an example of receiving communication. You're wanting to receive communication from somebody, and when you envision it, you envision a text message. Well, they may be trying to reach out to you on Instagram, but because you're not even thinking about Instagram, you're not going on Instagram, you're not checking your DMs, you're checking your text messages. Meanwhile, they sent you a message already on Instagram, right? There's that sort of idea that as you allow yourself to be open to receive, open to connect, then you will have the energy to come forward towards you. And this actually happened to me the other day. I was looking to get a reference for something that I was needing. And I had messaged an old professor on my student email. And when I was thinking about email, I was thinking about my personal email instead of my student email. So I was refreshing and I thought, oh, I guess, you know what, maybe I sent the email to the wrong one. And maybe it just didn't really work out. Maybe he didn't see it. Maybe he's not even a professor there anymore. And so I didn't think about it. I left it be. Well, 3 weeks later, I think to check my student email, and he had responded within 48 hours. I could have had that message 48 hours instead of it waiting like 3 weeks for the message. So you never know on how things are trying to come forward towards you, right? Open yourself up to experience and receive, and the opportunities will be there. And that's what I see coming forward here for Sagittarius. All right, let's go ahead here for Capricorn. Alrighty, so Capricorn, I think that there's a really interesting energy here of you allowing a little bit more flow to come forward into your life, allowing a little bit more spontaneity to come forward in order to get what you're asking to see come ahead here. When we have this 8 of Pentacles flopping in the reverse, sometimes it can be hard to get something by being consistent, which is very unusual. Usually it is you show up, you do the work, and you get the reward. But sometimes being consistent is not always the way to get what we want, right? Sometimes showing up with a spark, showing up with confidence, setting yourself kind of as different from others can let you shine in the light that previously maybe wouldn't have, like you wouldn't have shown up as, right? And so I feel like with the 6 of Swords, if you're wanting to make progression in an area of your life, I feel like you need to show up in a way that maybe you haven't done so before, shining your light a little bit brighter, moving forward with a little bit more confidence, and kind of blending an element of yourself, especially with Temperance. Temperance has 1 foot on earth, 1 foot in the water. I feel like there's a need to kind of blend the energy here a little bit. So maybe you've been showing up in a consistent way, but now is the time to let your spark shine, right? Let your personality shine, even tap into that ego a little bit there and show your confidence through what you're capable of doing. So if you're wanting to have maybe a promotion or a raise, show why you should get the raise, right? Show your energy, show what sets you apart from the others. If you are doing online dating, right, everybody's profile looks the same. So allow yourself to shine through, right? Show your personality, show your spark, show yourself. If you are, trying to start a business or trying to take social media by storm, everybody is doing that nowadays. You need to have some sort of element of your personality that shows you, right? Shows you through the screen, right? Shows what it means to watch you, connect with you, or experience what is created by you. So I feel like as you shine your light a little bit more, you're actually going to see things progress forward in your life and go after what you're wanting. And it's not just about plugging and chugging. I feel like with this 8 of Pentacles in the reverse here, there's a need to kind of set aside the mundanity of things, set aside the routine, set aside the ways that you've been doing things before, or the average, and allow yourself instead here with this King of Wands to shine a little bit brighter and show your spark and show your energy. And as you move forward with confidence, as you let your light shine, then people are going to be attracted to that, and you're actually going to find growth through setting yourself apart from the competition by showing your personality. So whatever you're wanting to see something come forward or happen in your life, you're going to get that by not fitting in with the crowd, but instead standing out from the crowd and letting everybody, know that you are there, you are present, and showing what makes you you. That's the energy that I see coming forward here, that the more that you show yourself, the more you show what sets you apart, the more that you are going to get opportunities come forward here towards you. So that's what I would say. Now is not a time for you to fit in. Now is a time for you to stand out. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius is our second to last zodiac sign before Pisces. Everything else is up on the YouTube channel. I am time stamping it as we go as well. So let's go ahead and see for the zodiac sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, I think that there's an important need for you to kind of tap into your childhood a little bit. The Six of Cups can give us this past energy, and I also take that more childlike energy that comes forward through the Page of Cups as well, that there might be something to kind of regain a spark in your life, regain some sort of excitement, passion, drive, by looking at what you used to do in the past, or looking at where your child self would want you to kind of move forward. What used to bring you joy? What used to bring you excitement? What used to bring you some sort of, drive, right? Especially with the Six of Cups, where are your memories pulling you to? The things that you feel drawn to, the things that brought you some sort of spark in life or made you feel passionate. What are those things? I feel like there's a need to kind of revisit them in one way or another, and allowing yourself to kind of tap into that energy can actually create more opportunities to experience that energy, experience that higher vibration, experience that fun, that flow, that passion, that excitement. The more that you allow yourself to be in this energy, the more you're calling it to come forward towards you. I feel like there's also the need to say a lot more yeses. The Knight of Wands I like to use as my frat bro card, right? The say yes to everything card. Now, of course, say yes to everything within reason. I'm not telling you to go, skydiving if you got a heart condition or something like that. Don't be off your rocker with it, but allow yourself to take action, allow yourself to move forward in new ways, allow yourself to experience, because I think that if you are in a place that's kind of tapping in with your childhood self, tapping into saying more yeses and experiencing more, then not only are you going to be in a higher vibration of energy, but you're also going to be opening yourself up to then experience more, continue the train, continue the excitement, continue the opportunity of more in your life, and just feeling things not be stuck, not be stagnant, or not feel like you're wanting to zoom back to the past, but instead being excited about where things can move forward for you, and what does that look like for tomorrow, right? What does that look like for what you have yet to experience? If the fun continues to come forward, we get excited for where things can go forward from here. So I feel like saying yes to a lot more is going to put you in a better place, and then tapping into that energy that you had as a child, those things that made you feel fun as a child, can really start to open up your energy to receive and experience more in the present moment there too. There's just this need to kind of like tap into fun, call in fun, and put yourself out there a little bit more is what I feel coming forward here for you, Aquarius. So we have our last zodiac sign of the day, which is Pisces. If you'd like a personal reading, check out my website, temperanceandsage.com. Temperanceandsage.com is the absolute only place that I do personal readings. And Pisces is our last zodiac sign. We've done all the others. It's time-stamped up on YouTube. Let's go ahead. What does Pisces need to know? Pisces, I feel like there's a need to kind of tune into the intuition a little bit more, trust yourself, maybe even work on the confidence. The King of Wands is a really great card for like confidence and moving forward with excitement and passion and drive. But the Nine of Wands is a really bad card for that, because the Nine of Wands uses all that energy that we have as confidence kind of against us and creates this wall, creates this restrictive energy. And instead of seeing where things are possible, we start seeing where things are not possible and start creating walls in front of us. And so it seems like Spirit is trying to ask you to kind of shift this energy around, allow yourself to be in the experience of opportunity and look towards where there could be a green light go, instead of looking at where there could be restrictions, right? There's always going to be issues in every single direction that you take in life, right? There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be things that you need to overcome. But in the same way, there's always going to be opportunity. There's always going to be a reward. There's always going to be things that could come ahead from this point in time as well. So instead of saying, oh, well, if I start my business, then I have to learn how to run a business. Well, okay, but you also get to run a business, right? Like, let's not look at the negatives of the situation. If I leave my job for another one, I have to experience, working in a new place. Well, great, you get to experience working in a new place, right? Instead of allowing ourselves to kind of close out the situation or close out the opportunity, or not allowing ourselves to go after the things that we want, we need to shift into this energy here of the King of Wands, the confidence, the passion, the driven energy to go after what we want and kind of change these cycles in our lives. You have a really good energy here with the High Priestess, because you can tune into your intuition and you can feel things through. So don't mistake your intuition and anxiety together, right? We can have anxiety on a situation, but we can also listen to our intuition. So don't allow any sort of anxiety that you may have, any sort of overthinking, to lead you down the pathway of self-limitation. Instead, allow your intuition to kind of drive that confidence forward and learn how to separate the two. I think that there's a lot of beautiful energy around you here, Pisces, for opportunities, for growth, for connection, for this confidence that you have in yourself to kind of blossom and bloom into a whole nother level. And as you allow yourself to experience this more, you're really going to see things shift and change for you in a way that can open up more doors for you, create more movement, create more flow, get you where you want to be. And it really stems from listening and, listening to that intuition, but also separating it from that anxiety and just allowing yourself to kind of blossom and bloom in new ways with that confidence. So I would say be confident, allow yourself to explore, take chances and move forward, and don't put up walls before the universe puts up walls, right? Don't be the first and only one to tell yourself no when the universe is trying to scream yes at you. All right, so that's what I would say for Pisces. And that is what we've got going on here for our zodiac signs. So if you'd like a personal reading, you can check out my website, temperanceandsage.com. I will be doing live personal readings now on my YouTube channel. So if you'd like to join me there, go ahead and check it out. Tarot by Temperance and Sage is the live personal reading channel, so I will be going live there. And I have these zodiac signs time-stamped, except for Virgo. I gotta fix that one. I missed it. So you can rewatch on YouTube, Temperance and Sage on YouTube, if you are wanting to rewatch for your zodiac sign. But thank you guys so much for joining me. If you'd like to have a personal reading done in private, there's also options available for that there too on my website. Temperanceandsage.com is the absolute only place that I do personal readings. See you guys.